Hi guys, what if you saw something that you say, oh, something is changed on github.com calamares/calamares. I would like to build the version with the code of today. This last second, 25 minutes ago, somebody pushed new code online. It's committed, it's in there. Can I test it? So it's a Calamares video. Okay, so we're going to go for package build Calamares. An idea is to make different versions, a Calamares version, a development version, a Git version, that's the one we need now, and the next one is for me, the next Calamares I'll use, and if it works fine, it becomes the Arco Calamares, and Dev is just for me for testing and playing around, and Git is to give support to the Calamares guys saying, okay, with this last line that you've put in on GitHub, it works or it doesn't work. So basically it's all about package builds, because you have to tell the source, go get version X or Y or Z. In this case we're not defining a source, we actually are defining kind of the GitHub push. So Control C, Control V. We're at least at number 54 I think at this point in time, so we don't know what commit we are on at this point, so I'll just do a update package sums. Let's see, no, that's too soon I guess. Let's see if we can make a package like this. There we have the release, but that's not the correct number, eh? So what will happen? Here he is. 44. Okay, well, let's wait and see if we can switch the number down there. Or is it automatically? That's the number. Okay, that's the number. Control Shift C. Now, first I'm gonna go into the folder. I'm gonna say that this has to go, and I replace it with that. So this is what we're gonna build, and in the package build, of course, well, it is changed because I've just did that, right? I just updated it. Now build it again, close this because we have changed the folder name, and then build it again. So make package, or in my case I'll have a script that says build calamares sh, and it's gonna build R9887. If, oh yeah, I probably need to check a lot of other stuff as well, and that is, this Git is really occasionally that I do this, so I'll have to compare with the latest config. And let's see. So the build calamares sh, let's get that in there. DM main py. Let me check again. Which is which? Git version to the right. Okay. So we're not using these libraries anymore in Python. This is code that we use, that is code that we use, that is code that we use, that's code that we use. So basically I'm making the changes that I've decided upon in the Calamares. You are just some spaces, that's not important. It's not used anyway, it's just for what if you want to build Calamares, you need all these packages. And then packages main, all the code that's new goes in there, because this is what Calamares gave as code, and we change a few lines in there to our liking. So you can build modules and packages and anything you like, but make your own decisions, right? Say, okay, want this, don't want that, want this, don't want that, and replace the official packages main with yours, and then build it. So the only difference, and that's the point, right? The only difference between 53 and Git is that one has to go. Let's do this, refresh. So this one will go, that one will go. The only difference is the package build. The U mount is gone. We have one too much now. The question is which one. I'll let update package sum do that. That one has to go and that one has to go. Was this a tab or something? Okay, a tab. Voila. So, figured it out. Back in here. Make sure that I am actually in there. Open terminal here. And build Calamares. But I'm gonna start again from scratch. So all of that gone. And the update package sum is in there, in the build, in the script, and off we go building it. And I wonder, right, what the result will be, how it will look, if it's working. And that's still a mystery at this point in time. What changed and why do I want to have a look at it? So what will be in the next 54? Now, while I do that, I also have a ArcoLinux ISO. And let's do this and then that. I actually have an ArcoLinux ISO Git. Now the thing is, it should be the same except the Git packages. So bash rc, a few things that will be updated anyway. That's okay. Differences is here. Pamac all is out. Remember the issues with Pamac all. So all at the bottom it says ArcoLinux Pamac all. We'll get that one in. And the rest is Excel Git. So the differences in Arco Calamares Git, not Arco Calamares. And the rest can stay. Save. Profile dev Git version 041. Git version. Voila. I can build the ISO and test it. So in the meantime, it's on the ArcoLinux repo. ArcoLinux repo, that's here. It's on the ISO repo, and I'll run a script that says up, and it's gonna update everything to all the servers that we now have that are up to date. And you can choose these days between 3 of them that are always up to date. Mirrors, always up to date, and of course seed host, but that's paid and that's why we ask not to use it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a question here. Remove write protected things. So if we go back and back and back and back, this thing, right, wants to get removed. Yes. Voila, it's gone. So in the meantime, I can show you this. So everything is online. The Git version 41 is out and the Git new version is in. So now I need to build the ISO, or if you want to spare some time, so basically I just build it. Let's just push it to the internet. So that's already something. All my changes are already on the internet. And I compare it with Excel. As you see, the latest bash RC is downloaded anyway and then pushed to the internet. What can we do to avoid building and making this video even longer is by taking a virtual machine. I do need to boot up, of course. So that's not it. I need to boot up from somewhere. XS doesn't really matter. Let's take optical drive, choose a disk file. Wow, let's take one that we just built, yeah, like yesterday. InSync shared core team Excel. Voila, start. And instead of using the Calamares, I switch them because I just want to see something what Calamares will do. And on the fly, in the live environment, I can switch between one Calamares version or one configuration of Calamares and test things out. So don't need to build the actual ArcoLinux Git ISO. I can use any of the ISOs and in the live environment say bye bye Calamares and install a new one. And there is enough space. It's called cow space, right? Google it, ArcoLinux cow space. What's Eric talking about? So Ctrl-Alt-T. First of all, I'm dev. Sublime Text is installed, but also I have my SRT. There's also a dev US if you want to have the same thing, but then a QWERTY, right? So that's that. Sudo pacman. Yeah, then we need to type add ISO. So now the repo, stop, no updates. Now the sudo pacman -y, what happened is that we have the ArcoLinux repo ISO. So where Calamares is, has been added. Okay, if that's been added, I can ask, for example, what can I find on the ISO? Still remember. So here are all the Calamares things. True. So I can install them. -s ArcoLinux. Yeah, ArcoLinux Calamares. What's the name again? How do we name it again? No. Let me scroll. Arco. So in short, Arco and Calamares. And then we have the dev, the git, the next. So I want to test the git. It's in conflict. Yes, remove the old one, get me the new one. And now we can see if it works. So choose, right? I always choose easy installation. And then we get this. 54 brr, something strange. And then if we click and click and click and click and click and click. A lot of clicking. I don't want to know how many times I filled this in. Really don't want to know. Install now. Da-da-da-da. Right. 1, 2, 3. Ka-choom. So that's the new thing that's coming. You can actually follow what's going on in the back end. Not now, right? In the future, the next releases, the next Calamares promises to have this. And that's an interesting thing. Now here, no message, no information is provided because we're unpacking all the time, unpacking. But around 50 or something like that is gonna say, I'm gonna do other stuff. And if you really wanna learn, here are the modules, right? Everything is there already. So for all these ISO developers and ISO builders that we have, they will learn about ArcoLinuxISO.com. Go to the website, go to alci.online, go to the website and learn about Calamares. Learn about the modules that it provides and the key variables that are available there. So voila, let's pause a little bit so we see more than the QML compound, because basically this line here is that, 1, 2, 3. Voila. So every time it changes the wallpaper, I think it's around 5 seconds, I don't know how much I took, you get this line. next slide, next slide, next slide. So you have to scroll through all of these. It is jumping at the bottom, so that might be a good question to the developers to ask. If we scroll up, each time there is a slide, we're back at the bottom. So it would be nice if that didn't happen, but maybe that's not possible, right? But we can only ask. Because if it's going very, very fast and you want to see what's going on, you go up there, and let's see if I can stick it to here. Up, it's gone. No, I don't have control over the slider here. It will be pushed down when I have a new slide. So that's an inconvenience that we can ask about. Let's pause the video and see what we can read starting off a little bit longer, or I combine the knowledge that I've already shared on so many videos to open a folder as root, to go to root, Control H, to go to cache, to go to Calamares, and here it is. That is the session log. That's what you're seeing here. So there was always the possibility to see it. Now we have a toggle. That's interesting. No, that's not fast. This is much faster. And of course it ends with the same thing, right? Component, default slideshow, next slide, next slide, next slide, next slide. While we're still waiting, some other Calamares knowledge. Go to computer, go to file system, go to temp. Here's your future system. This is your future computer system. Another thing that's interesting, it's moving, is run, Arch ISO. Look at that. Here's the cow space and the boot management and all of that. So it's gonna copy paste this one to the other place, SDA, SDB, whatever. Almost there. Quick pause. Almost there. So that's the copy paste. And here you saw already BE Latin 1. Let's see if I can scroll up and go read something without it being, no, I'm thrown back down. Boom. So if that could improve, that would be great. So we're running something before. Preparing your system. Up, the keys coming in. Fixing your Vmix code, the grub. Running our scripts, ArcoLinux graphical targets. In this case, removing NVIDIA. Removing all kinds of things that we don't need. That we do need for Calamares, but we don't need in the future system. And the Pacman is great in that, so it will only remove if you don't need it, there's no dependency. Then we can't see the log anymore. Okay. What if we had a button here? I'll ask. Alright guys, so this is the new thing, and I'll give the feedback to Calamares team. Alright, cheers.